Hey y'all, I know we don't have a lot of music, but we got music today. Why don't you tell us, Ben?
Oh, okay. Music by artist Saji. He's the sponsor for today's episode, so thank you, Saji. We recommend anyone listening to this, check him out. I don't believe that he's on Spotify, so you'll be able to check him out on SoundCloud.
How'd you spell it?
And Saji. SoundCloud and YouTube, by the way. But Saji, it's Saji, but S as in the dollar sign. So $, A as in apple, J as in Jim, I as in I can't spell.
What? What? J as in Jim?
Yeah, J as in Jim. No, Jim as in...
Oh.
Jim as in Jim from The Office, not Jim in the office.
Have you seen that The Simpsons episode? Where he's just like, Gime? What's a Gime? And he walks in the gym and he's like, oh, a Gime.
What? that's freaking ridiculous.
But anyway, here's the song.
The song by Saji. the song. It's called Fall. Here's Fall by Saji.
She'll get up on you. Don't say no to her. Yeah, she's one hell of a drug. She get me on the radio. Why do I fall in love?
And I think what makes the song good is
Damn, that was lit.
yeah, it has kind of a mixture between modern day like hip hop and
It's got a little trap influence in it.
yeah, trap influence, and then I think it's somewhat like lo-fi hip hop, somewhat.
Oh yeah.
Do you hear what I mean?
Yeah. It's definitely lo-fi for sure.
Yeah,
It's a vibe.
Yeah, well, we can place like some kind of link in the description or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
We'll plug everything in.
Yeah, we'll plug everything in, and so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
With that being said, I remember you wanted me to be on some acapella. I'm not doing that on the podcast.
Yeah, I was just saying. Well, I mean, we already have this song, so we don't have to do a acapella. But I mean, I've been thinking about having some music like scattered around our podcast, because I mean, hearing us in the background.
We we have a couple of musical sponsors lined up. This is really sounding like a hardcore plug. This is not a plug. I am actually just talking about
shameless.
Shameless. No, we have a couple of musical sponsors lined up. We have some sponsors by Saji. We have sponsors by other people in the mix. What was that band? It's bad for me not to remember a sponsor's name. Opposite Standard. You're wearing their fucking shirt right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
They're lit.
Next season we will have...
I love their keyboarders.
I love it. Next season we will have Opposite Standard on the podcast, or someone from Opposite Standard on the podcast for...
our local music. They're very... Yeah, most of the artists we talk about will probably be local.
Yeah, except Saji, he's Vegas local, so that's not... Yeah, he's underground Vegas. There's also Shotty, also underground Vegas. Shotty, Shotty. Yeah, but both of those underground Vegas, and then Opposite Standard is a band, ska, if anyone's into it. But anyway, we're plugging too many in the same episode. If you guys like music, just go and check them out.
What music would you do?
If like I had a band?
Yeah. What genre? Anime rock.
Anime rock. No, honestly, I mean, you know me. I would probably if I had a band to spite people, I would do a different genre for every song.
Wait, hold on. You said you don't like cover bands, huh?
I don't like cover bands.
Why don't you tell them why?
I mean, what did I specifically? I feel like okay, cover bands are good because you're putting me on the spot, but I feel like it takes. Well, for one, they're never going to be famous because you're not going to be famous. But it takes a considerable less amount of talent to perfect a song that's already been created, rather than the creative,
of course.
the creative spark that it takes to it's a lot less creative. And it's like why are you spending your time
Yeah.
covering someone else's song? We could
I like to equate a cover band to like a retirement. It's like as a band you just retire, or you have nothing else to do, and you just retire. It's like I just want to do a cover band.
What specifically did I say about why I don't?
That's why I wanted to ask you. I don't remember what you said. But
yeah.
Shit was fucking.
Oh
damn,
yeah, no.
dude.
I feel like being in a cover band is a waste of time. Like if I was like like taking time out of my schedule, not working or anything, like if I was beating my own path and I was following this new way of life, I'm going against the norm. I'm being me. Like, why would I start a cover band? I know I'm throwing a lot of shade, but like it wouldn't be a cover band. I wouldn't be doing covers. I would maybe do a cover of a song here or there, to show my artistic talents. But I would try to get my own message or my own piece out there. I would want my own ideas and ideals out there in the world.
I think we could rephrase this a little bit. If you're a cover band with the average age under...
wasting your fucking time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think those that are in a cover band like at the age of 60, I think they're just chilling.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, but like when you're 60, you have all the time to waste, you know what I mean?
I don't think I've ever seen a cover band that young, though.
Yeah, well, I have.
Oh.
I mean, we both have.
Have we?
Yeah, ska cover bands.
Oh, hey, we're kind of the opposite standards of ska band. I don't.
No, I'm not.
I'm not. But they're affiliated with those.
Oh. They're not affiliated with this episode though. But I did mention them in the episode. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we can say goodbye to them if we ever talk to them in the future. But. Sorry.
If you're 20 and you're in a cover band, then you're not going to be famous. I'm sorry. No, you'll be locally famous, and people will
maybe
appreciate
state famous.
Yeah, people will appreciate the stuff that you do. I don't see you getting top of the charts.
Play at the LA Fair is the best bet you're gonna get. And this is the biggest gig you're gonna get.
Oh,
LA Fair. Yeah. Yes, I gotta play for a few good weekends.
Well, and today's number one hit song is So and So with a cover of Ariana Grande's.
Okay, if you're covering Ariana Grande, you know your wasted potential.
Oh no, that's so bad. Ariana Grande, she's cool, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. She's a great singer. So if you're covering Ariana Grande, you just know you're second best.
Oh yeah. Oh man, just I'm okay with people doing covers. I actually encourage people to do covers so you can show how your artistic style is different from those people. But please don't base your identity off of someone else who's already famous.
I think a big theme of every single podcast we've done is just be you. As long as it doesn't make it you.
Change the name of the podcast to the Be You podcast.
Yeah, the Be You.
Be you. Just be you. Yeah, and then we'll be on PBS and we'll change the
from viewers like you.
We'll be on the PPS, Public Podcasting Service.
They would not fund us. We had Mr. Rogers save PBS for the better. They would not fund PPS.
PPS, Public Podcasting. I don't know. We can have educational podcasts up in this bitch. It'd be like 2 + 2 = fucking 4.
And you hear it first from two very ignorant people. Educational podcast.
Have your kids watch our podcast, and we'll teach them about basic sciences and maths.
Yeah. Dude, imagine we did like a fucking Barney and Kids, but podcast style.
And then like with all the cussing or without all the cussing?
Teletubbies. I'm fucking Paul.
Yeah, that's bad. Has your I know we talked about this before, but your family, have they always been supportive of your music? You're not a cover band, so I feel like they would be more supportive.
I know my mom.
Oh, wait, real quick. Sorry. Do you think parents of cover bands would be proud of their kids?
Oh, I know my parents would be.
No,
not at all.
So sad.
Shit. Nah, they would want me to go 100% all the way.
They'd be like, "Oh, that's cool, son. What kind of covers do you? I mean, what kind of songs do you do? I do covers."
extreme shit too. I'm Viet, so if I covered like all their old Viet song from Jin Kom Sun, from any of those old '60s traditional Vietnamese music, my mom would look at me like, no. This shit's sad music.
Well, I mean, okay. I guess that raises a bigger question. Should parents be supportive of whatever their kids do, even if it's being a cover band?
I mean, she can support my creativity. I mean, I think that's the farthest she should go, though.
No. So, do you think there's a limit to supporting your kids then? And I guess we can talk about the two different limits, like the age limit and the spatial limit, right? Like the age limit, as in like I see you making a face.
Yeah, no, this one's a face of confusion because I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah. Okay, so like an age limit of how much you should be giving at what age.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess more of a personal unit of support. I don't know how to say it, but personally, how much support should you give to what type of ambitions?
How partial you should be.
Yeah, like how invested of a parent. And we're not talking about, I guess we could talk about your parenting style specifically, but we can talk about other parenting styles and what specifically good parents should do. I mean, what do you think a good parent would be supportive of, like what would a good parent say about someone who's doing covers?
Oh man, my mom's staring at me with satanic eyes. But I think my example, obviously, if you guys haven't heard our Prodigies episode, I kind of go into a little detail about my past. But my mom didn't want me to do music, so there's a limit there. And in Asian cultures, it's all about whatever gets the money. Yeah. So she's right.
Yeah.
I'm not making money. That aside the point.
Two broke adults,
two ignorant adults. Why are you listening to this podcast? But anyway, she got over it. We kind of made how you would say, Asian compromise. I do what I like to do. She says go 100%. I think later years, I think about that. And I think she really was just trying to push me to my limit. So I appreciate her for that. Because I would have been okay graduating with a bachelor's. You know?
Yeah.
And that definitely would have made me money. And I would have been happy with the passion that I did. But knowing her, that's not enough. That won't be enough for her. And I know she would have been proud of me walking down the aisle, but, you know, she's like, as an Asian parent, it's like, when I'm old, you won't be able to take care of me.
Damn.
So, I mean, maybe there's some selfish influence behind it, but in that, she pushed me to get a master's. So here I am. Mm-hmm. So I guess to answer that question is...
Oh, okay. I know we got a little off topic. I kind of want to follow up on that. Your mom didn't go to your bachelor's graduation, did she?
Because I didn't walk.
You didn't walk? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should have walked.
Well, I mean...
Okay, so
I walked for my master's.
Yeah. Okay, so I think walking isn't the biggest deal. So people, if you don't want to walk, don't. But your parents help you. You know, your parents support you through school. So I feel like that with all the support that you get from your parents, it'd be selfish not to walk.
Yeah. I get it. And I know it's different from people in the medical field because they had to walk twice for certain things. So they're just like, I don't want to walk for this, but I'll walk for the others. Like, okay.
Oh, I had to walk twice when I graduated.
Damn, really?
Yeah, walk for being a black student, and then...
I mean...
No, so I didn't
would
have
wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't have to walk twice, but I did.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
So that's different.
Okay, but go on with what you were saying.
What was I saying?
It's different for medical students, but walking and parents...
Oh, yeah, no. My mind behind that was I didn't want them to be there on a very hot day, sitting there, you know. But as you have told me before, they would have wanted that either way. They would have sat through what everyone there was sitting through. But I mean, 2 days later, my mom told me, "Oh yeah, I checked the weather. That shit was fucking hot. So good on you." So she got over it really quick. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I told them last minute. It's like, hey, I know you bought those flowers to put around my head, but I don't want to walk.
Yeah. So do you think your ambitions have been shaped by your parents?
my ambitions were shaped by a lot of people. Because again, I think I didn't want to do music up until my senior year when my music teacher told me about it. She's like, you can go in for music, right? I was like, oh, duh.
Yeah.
I had no clue. There was a lot of paths my mom wanted me to take. Be a doctor like your brother. She does not speak English like that. And then she said, okay, don't be a doctor. Maybe you could be a priest. I was like, what the hell do I want to be a priest? She's like, oh, yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh, yeah, no, that was when I was kind of like in my religious stage. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I can see you being a priest. And then that ship sailed. And she said, well, you don't have the drive to be a doctor. She saw that in me for sure. Why don't you be an architect? And I was just like, an architect? She's like, yeah, you can be creative and do a lot of math and make a lot of money,
Yeah.
Some parents, parents that don't go to college don't really understand the stipulations behind every single major. So they just equate it to a lot of money doing architecture.
Yeah.
And then the music came through. And I didn't want to do any of it. But music was how I would say I was good at. Mm-hmm. So even if I didn't want to do music, it was the best thing I could do at the time. Yeah. So I would have done it either way, like or not. Luckily, I liked it, and here I am now. So, yeah, maybe my drive for doing music was influenced by a lot of things. Yeah, not just my parents.
Do you have any personal drives for anything outside of it?
Like music.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not working, or podcasting, is there anything specific that you like to do that you'll go out of your way to do?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that, huh? I mean, I do like working out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So there's that. I think I also came to the conclusion that I'm driven to formulate good relationships with people. So I always go 100% when I make friends, no matter what. So there's two drives, I guess. Yeah. Otherwise, no, I really do just see myself sitting at home, laying down. I know people have so many ambitions and they want to do things, but I'm just at home watching YouTube. There's a piano right there. I'll play some piano, a lot of piano. Mm-hmm. To me, it's a little bit like 2 hours, 3, 4, but everyone else is like, "What the fuck? You just 2 hours on the piano?" I was like, "Yeah, an hour is warming up."
Oh damn! Yeah. Holy, I can't even imagine.
So maybe I just have I could have a different standpoint of what driven is. Yeah. As well.
Yeah, that's true.
Because to me, that's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there's different points of driven. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing that we have to bring it back around. Sorry, we'll talk about being driven in an upcoming episode, but today we're bringing it back to the supporting, because we were talking about supporting people or supporting your kids.
Oh,
for being
man, this is really jarring for me right now.
Sorry about that. We're
supporting supporting kids. Yes,
yeah, we're bringing it back around. Thank you to the Ben and Bao Lukewarm Take staff.
Not the food.
Yeah, not the food. Thank you everybody on the staff for always making sure the podcast stays on topic. So
support system. Look.
So
age-wise, I don't think it matters. You should always support your kid.
Okay.
Until you die.
All right.
Because I've heard it from everywhere. They're not supposed to be there for you. You as a parent are supposed to be there for them.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. You're giving yourself to your future generation.
On to the next topic. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. A big fuck you to the Ben and Bao staff. I'm just kidding. All right.
In terms of being impartial on your support, I guess be more specific.
Oh, okay. Okay, so your kid comes to you and is just like, "Dad, I want to drop out of school. I want to quit my job and start a cover band." How if you support them 100%, you'll say, "Yeah, son, that sounds like a great idea. Drop out of school, quit your job, start a band, and make it a cover band. You know, I believe in you. You will be rich, You can live here for as long as you want.
Well, that's just false. That's just a false sense of hope.
Okay. I'll take away the rich part.
Okay,
I believe in you. You'll achieve whatever dreams that you want.
We're just shitting on cover bands. I'll take away the rich part. Damn.
So this isn't supposed to be a shitting on cover bands episode.
Fuck it, dude. I saw a really bad AC/DC one over at fucking the swap meet just down LA over here. Yeah, I called you guys out. Anyway, so
That's so bad.
no, but it's still a false sensehood because it's like you came up to be the way you were, hopefully successfully, and you had kids. So I mean,
Okay, but you can argue that if that's how you feel about it, like that's a false sense of like what, security, or that's a false sense of however you feel, like by telling them they're going to succeed that way, right?
yeah.
But wouldn't you say that if a kid was into emerging technologies, right? Coding and planning and stuff, parents don't necessarily understand that.
Yeah, of course.
So their support, they would also think that kind of stuff doesn't make money, because what they think makes money is, in the traditional sense, is going to working for someone else.
It's not that I would think about if they don't make money. I would just let them know that, hey, be realistic. Know that dropping out would be a bad idea for all accounts, no matter what you want to do.
Yeah.
I would tell them, I'd implore you,
Please,
just graduate high school. You will land half.
What about college? Like, let's say they're in college.
College is just slightly different for me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've experienced many people that don't do school in general.
Yeah, so let's say it's more of a college thing, because like let's pretend that they at least have a head on their shoulders to graduate high school. College isn't for everybody. So
of
let's
course
say
not.
I'm dropping out of school, college, and I'm quitting my job.
I would tell them, just know that you put money into this, or government money, or my money, whichever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So please understand that money is valuable. First of all, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
There's that factor on them. Maybe I'm guilting them, but I mean, it's true. There was money put into the time that they were in college.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So I would say, if you really dislike college, I can't stop you, but just understand that, are you using your money's worth?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you would kind of talk to them, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Then for
I
the
agree
cover
with that.
band stuff, it's just like, you know, goddamn well you're gonna suck.
So you're not going to be supportive. You're just going to be like,
I'm
well,
just be
fuck
like,
you.
no, not in that sense. It's just like, I started a band. You know, just an example is I started a band. Just start. Why don't you write music? If you think you could do a cover band, don't you think you have more creative outlet than that?
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
And if they release Sticks and Stones on fucking a cover band, then I would just say, maybe I'm being impartial about that.
Well, I mean, no, I want to know how you would think about it, and then I guess I want to have the conversation on what a good parent would say about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We
Because we might just be bad parents.
yeah, we might be, but I mean, it's like, I don't want to say no to them. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we are shit talking on cover bands, so at the same time, we kind of know what cover bands are and what they go through.
Well, most definitely, that's why we use it as an example.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
when is it too much support? You know, like if your kid came to you and was saying all this, you know, like, I would personally, no matter what my kid told me, I would try to be supportive. I would try to tell them that they can achieve their dreams. Not really. I would, I would kind of, I'm kind of a hard ass. So if my kid came to me and was just like, hey, I want to drop out of school, I want to like drop out of work or to quit my job, and I want to start a cover band, or I want to start a band and it'll be a cover band. You know, I'm more of a realist when it comes to some stuff. And I know that like puts me as a hard ass, but I have contingencies. You know, I'd be like, hey, you can start a cover band, but you know, I would implore you to go to school. I would implore you to continue working just in case this cover band thing doesn't play out. And I would help you with whatever you need, like financially, or if you need more time, or if you need kind of ideas, I'm here to help you out. But I kind of feel like at the point where if they're abandoning all of their responsibilities for that cover band, I would say like, okay, well, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're out of my house. And it kind of sucks because I kind of feel like that's when they need your support the most.
When they fall.
Yeah, well, if they say they quit everything for the cover band, right? Yeah. Of course he needs more support than ever because he's not working and he wants to make this dream a reality. But I guess the difference in that is he's not, or she is not seeing the reality of the situation.
Oh, yeah, starting a band's hard.
Yeah,
let alone a cover band.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess even if they make drastic decisions, as long as they're going about it realistically, then I'd help them out. But I guess I would kick them out if they're being unrealistic. And like you said, like if I helped put my money towards their schooling and they're just like, fuck it, and they like don't have any appreciation for the help that I've already provided. Yeah. But it's kind of hard because like the more I think about it, the more it's kind of like fucked up that if your kid would drop out of school and you're just like, well, fuck you too. Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe I would make them pay rent. Sorry, you go on.
I've adopted, I think, probably from my family, like a sense of, again, like this 100% type of drive. You know what I mean? It's like, and I think that becomes situational because what if my kid, again, same situation, wants to drop out of college, wants to start a cover band, but I've seen that in his entire life, that there are situations that he can put himself to work 100%. And I think my issue with a lot of people these days, and people our age in particular, is they don't put themselves 100% into something. Oh yeah, because I truly believe, and a lot of my music peers don't think this way either, because it's like you should put yourself at 100%, and I freaking mean that. Like your ass is on that piano seat and you're playing, and your parents should shut the fuck up if they call you. That is how driven a person should be. It takes a toll on you. That's why you shouldn't do it forever. Mm-hmm. So if my kid said, I want to start a cover band, with the knowledge that I know that he or she is extremely driven, I'd say go for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'd say go for it. Just, you wasted my money. I would still put that in, It's like, hey, I put money to your college. The fuck,
Yeah, I get you.
But if it was any other situation, it's just like, I know that you'll know when to quit when the time is right. But if you put yourself 100% through, then you're going to make the maximum of what a cover band would make.
So you'd be realistic with them? You'd be like, son, you're going to be broke as shit. You're not going to amount to anything in life. Yeah.
You'll be the best local band in SoCal.
Oh, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, exactly. You'll be the best band in the LA County area.
Yeah. I know a particular person that thankfully probably will never listen to this podcast, but he always wants to start a band and like talk to people like, hey, record with me, but he just never does it himself, because I tell him, I think the thing you need to do, my dude, is just
take that step forward.
Yes, take that step forward yourself. Yes. You're expecting people to be there for you. You have all this music written.
You need to show the drive. Yeah. Because, and then once you show the drive,
someone will
and the
come.
efforts, people
it's just like, hey, I see you're missing a bass player. Let me come through.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't expect people to drop everything they're doing with the why can't I remember the word right now? It's premeditated idea, of starting a band, right? Like, what if someone came up to you and was just like, hey, quit your job, quit all the extracurriculars that you're doing, because I think that our band could be big. It's just like, no, if you see this guy has an idea, that's when you'd want to come over. Like, I like what he's doing. It's more in line with what I'm thinking. Yeah. He needs a bass player.
Yeah, it takes a big level of confidence to show that ability too, because he's not a very confident guy either. Yeah, so he
might just like drop it.
At
exactly. The dime of a hat.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's just a sense of when you raise your kids in the future, just if there was anything I'd give them, like for sure, like a big back of my brain type thing, it's just like, hey, you're gonna grow up and I want you to be 100% driven in any aspect of your life. I don't care what it is. You want to be a serial killer? Do it at 100% of your capacity. Yeah, you're letting yourself in jail, but you know
that's funny because I was actually going to ask that question next. I was going to ask, what if your kid wanted to do something that you did not agree with? How much
like
support?
Serial killing?
Like serial killing? Let's tone it down. Yeah, let's tone it down a bit. What if they want to kill cats?
I'm gonna sit that down. He's like, hey, I noticed the tails in your room.
No, okay, let's okay, so seriously, let's say your kids wanted to something that's bad but not harmful. Because I was gonna say like support like fucking Nazi groups, but let's say
move out the country. No. I would support my kid with that. But what's something that's like hard to support? Like your kid was like, I want to. Okay. Your kid wants to drop out of school, quit his job. It's always those two, right?
And quit his cover band for an attempt to join the campaign to help the Trump administration get reelected. I know that you're against him in particular. So
I know you are too.
So if your kid came to you like that, something that was like against the things that you believed in, how much support would you show?
Well, he's at this point, I'm assuming 100% driven, as I have.
Yeah. So
said.
yeah. So let's make the assumption that he's super driven.
Yeah. I would say it's hard because I think under adulthood you still have like some it's weird to say some influence over their mindset.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Look over the world.
Yeah.
But if they're like obviously an adult and stuff, it's just like, hey, again, you're wasting my money for college. That's aside the point. Mm-hmm. Your line of thinking differs from mine. We have two completely different schools of thought. If you really think, and I don't agree with you at all, but if you really think what you're doing is good for the world, then I suggest you go for it. If you truly think that, and I would tell him or her, just look really into what you're getting yourself into, because there's a lot that you may not see, and you might be clouded.
Would you kick them out? Would you kick them out?
If it's that big of a line of thought, probably, because I just wouldn't want to be around something of that livelihood. You know what I mean? It's just like I can't be around someone who I severely disagree with. I
see.
They're still part of my family, so I wouldn't drop them. You know, it's just like I just don't want you around the house. Yeah. It's as simple as that. It's like you can't really, because I mean, even Stephen Colbert has family that supports Trump. You know, so he knows that. He's like, oh yeah, I'm from South Carolina. It's just like, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's not like I don't think he like doesn't talk to his family. He just probably doesn't see them often.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. But here we're talking in a direct line of support, because I guess as a young adult, I think we're making the assumption the kid will be like what, 18, 19, 20, like around there, right?
Yeah.
That's why he would still be in college and yeah. So as a young adult, he's still dependent on your support for his potential in society, right? Because the longer you support him, I think this is a little sad personally, but say you support him well into his 30s. You know, I'm not particularly for that. But if you do, he will obviously, when he moves out, all that money that he saved working through his 20s into his 30s can go down payment on a fucking mansion. You know, that's crazy good. You know, that's crazy good and strong and big baller moves. He can take the rest of that money. He can start his own fucking business because he was able to save. He didn't put that money towards rent. He didn't put it towards eating expenses, because you have the disposable income to do the eating expenses and the mortgage and stuff like that, right? But would you cut him off of that type of support for ideals that you don't believe in, that he's trying to push?
Well, then I'd say I had the thought, then it cut off for some reason. I was distracted by a random thought that I had. But
Sorry.
no, it's my random thought.
Oh yeah, I'm in your head.
Yeah. No, the initial thought I had before you stated all that was it wouldn't be so much that I would straight up cancel them. Mm-hmm. Cancel culture is pretty bad. I honestly believe that. But it's a sense that you tell this specific, hey, I don't support what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So, being as biased as I am, I don't think we can work through this. However, if you think you still need help in other aspects of your life, know that I'm there for you.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
well,
because there's no absolute way that that's just ever going to go away. Mm-hmm. Just cutting them off like that, it's just like, no. Just for something like that, it could sound petty. It's just like, maybe it was a goodwill person. Genuine goodwill person.
You know, I'm not making the assumption that they're racist. Or you know, I'm making the assumption that they just want to do something.
Yeah,
like 100% want to do something that you just don't necessarily agree with.
And it's just like I can't help you there because I don't agree.
Yeah,
I can't help that for myself. Mm-hmm. So just know that, and know that we can't be together talking about this. But you're still my son or daughter. You have other aspects of your life that you can worry about, like your money, your livelihood, the relationships you have. Mm-hmm. Please come to me if you need help.
Oh, okay. But they wouldn't be in your house anymore.
No.
Oh. Yeah, no, I definitely get that. I think that's the right way to go about it. I would be the same way. I mean, I'd be a little more harsh than that, just because, like, you know, I'm kind of passionate about that. But if we take it out of the extremes, so if we had it in the extremes for like the cover band and stuff like that. Now let's make it a little more extreme in some areas, a little less extreme. Let's pretend your kid, your daughter, you know, she went to school, she has a job, and she's like 27.
Okay.
She's still living at home, and obviously perfectly fine. This is a crazy day and age, but she is she's not doing much around the house, and she doesn't like her job. I guess we're gonna put her in like a very compromising situation. She doesn't like her job. She wants to go back to school and do something else. She is not stepping up to do stuff within the house that you've asked her to do. How would you approach that with her being 27?
Okay, so she's 27, right?
Oh wait, hey, before that, like, remember that scenario.
Okay.
Do you think there's an age where you should kick your kids out?
No.
No?
Or no, it's a situation.
Situational?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's purely situational.
Okay, all right then.
We're off too goddamn poor for that now.
Oh yeah, seriously.
No, there's no fucking way. If you don't have money, I think, okay, to answer just that, if you don't have money, I don't think I could find it in the heart to kick you out. Yeah. No matter what.
Yeah, so I mean, because I guess that's something along the lines of a different scenario that I would give. Like, what if they're not making money but they're not trying?
Yeah, I still wouldn't kick them out. It just sucks.
But then how would you address that as a good parent?
Yeah, I know. And I would probably, back 27-year-old girl, why are you not trying? Like, I mean, I would tell her, I don't think you're trying hard enough for yourself. Mm-hmm. I won't even address the house issues stuff, because I think helping yourself transfers over to things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Because I would like to think that in my day-to-day life, if I didn't know myself mentally and how I would help myself in these different scenarios, then I wouldn't help out around the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think so. A good, healthy person knows the works that needs to be done through oneself and through a house and through people. Mm-hmm. So I would just say, I think the fact that you're not doing what you need to do around the house is telling them about what you need to do for yourself. Mm-hmm. And you're poor as fuck, so I'm not going to kick you out, but know that in any other scenario, someone would.
No, okay, I like that. Yeah,
someone would, because you're not giving yourself 100%. And I fucking taught you when you're fucking 5, 100% of the time, be driven in something, and you're not doing that right now.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think I think that's a pretty good way to approach it. So now, what if it was someone that you've constantly told, "Hey, you need to get a job. Hey, you need to get a job," but your kid just does not want to get a job? Because I would kick that motherfucker out.
Then it's again situation.
I guess I'd be the motherfucker.
Nah. I think again it would be situational. I think if it's too toxic, I would kick them out, no matter what. Mm-hmm. If it's just, for one, if anyone's lives in danger, I can't even think of a scenario like that. Hell yeah, I'd kick them out. Mm-hmm. And if it's like, if it's drawing too much on my fucking money, which I don't think it would, I would kick them out too. Mm-hmm. But there's a very thick line for me to be cut for me to kick them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I guess the way that I feel about it is somewhat the same. I recognize that the longer that your kids stay with you, or that I guess kids nowadays stay. If you're a kid, if you're in your 20s or something, try to handle with your parents. Mm-hmm. The longer that you stay with your parents, the better off you'll be after you leave. And that's just what I feel 100%. I know that it's not always that easy because kids and parents butt heads. It also limits your growth in some areas. Some people want to be big influencers, and in some cases, not most, because in most cases, if you live on your own, you won't have the time to be an influencer. But in some cases, if you're living with your parents, they can stop that mentality. They can kind of stunt that growth. Some parents are just like, no, you have to do it traditionally. And the traditional mindset with some parents actually can hinder the growth of the kids because some parents are just like, well, you have to go and work for someone else. But here you might have an innovative kid that's just like, I have a good IT business idea. I have good ideas in these sectors that I can kick off. And all I need is not even financial freedom. All I need is the freedom to not work or to pursue these opportunities in order to make this happen. And I feel like what's essential there is support, like financial support for a little bit. There's obviously a line, but with those kids, I kind of feel like parents can be limiting because they'd be like, no, you need to continue to do this, or you need to continue to do things that we've done things, and I guess a little snippet of my upbringing, and it's in no way a terrible thing or anything, because like I've had more opportunities than most, and I don't think it's terrible. But I remember back when I was in school, I was working a part-time job. No, at this point I was working 2 jobs. I was working 2 part-time jobs.
High school or college?
College. I was working 3. I was working 3 part-time jobs. Okay. And I was going to school full-time. I think I was taking 16 units. So it was
so over the minimum.
Yeah. Or you mean over the maximum? Because
minimum's 12 units.
Wait. Everything's over the minimum because
so over the
maximum, which is 15 units.
Oh, our schools work differently though.
Oh yeah.
It's 12 for us.
Oh, so 12 was with the what? Max or min?
Min? Like, okay. You're a full-time student if you have 12 units.
Yeah, so for us, we were a full-time student if you have 12 units.
Yeah.
You need counselor's permission to take more than 15.
Oh, shit. We didn't need that.
Yeah.
We needed for more than 20.
Yeah. So I was taking 16 units with counselor's permission.
Okay.
And I was working 3 full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And I was also starting a club on campus, part of a fraternity, and in another club.
Okay.
Right? And these clubs help set up for full-time jobs after graduation. And so obviously they look better on the resume than a part-time job as well. Part-time jobs look good on the resume, but clubs at school look even better than that.
Of course.
And so I remember asking my parents, because I did pay for my own school. I asked, would you be able to cover my last semester at school so I can focus purely on my education and clubs for after I graduate? So this isn't even a long-term deal. This is just a short-term for the next 3 months type of deal, right? Mm-hmm. And my parents told me no. I remember that, and it's not that bad because a lot of people have a lot less opportunities than that.
Of course.
Some people don't even have the opportunities to be in school. However, because my parents' idea was, You need to work hard. You need to keep that work ethic, which I agree up to with a point, but I feel like that can be limiting to some kids. Everything turned out well for me, but I feel like things could not. There was a possibility that things didn't turn out well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? Things may have turned out better. But I think what came out was the best outcome. So I guess in the end, my parents were right. But
yeah.
But I feel like that mentality limits your kids because how far back does that go? How many times would I have had a better opportunity if given the chance? And I feel that way about kids as well. As far as support goes, how much. When should you limit the support? Because it's hard to say because obviously I had different ideals than my parents. I was just like, if you put your all into education right here, you'll get dividends in the future. But what if your parents or what if your kids see something that you can't see?
A good example of that is I was just trying to think of a little meta situation for the future. As we were raised mainly living in our parents' home for many, many years, we're probably going to naturally raise our kids to probably do the same. And maybe they want to leave early. That's just because being with us is just too fucking annoying. You know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe we have to let something go behind that. It's just like, no, when we were kids and later on young adults, we had to stay at home because we needed to save the money to be out. Mm-hmm. But then maybe they have a different mindset about leaving a little earlier. Mm-hmm. And we just don't know about that, So I see where you're going with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I guess that situation is a little easier because you wouldn't forcibly stop your kid.
Yeah.
Versus like forcibly kicking your kid out when they need to stay home.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
Yeah.
So, so I guess are there any specific circumstances where you would kick out your kid specifically?
Well, obviously if it just gets too toxic, but I had another point or that I don't know. It's, like, again, there's just a drive and commitment that I need to see to make sure that you're doing well. And I would have expected, like, naturally when I raised you as a youngling, that you would have, like, some sort of drive and aspect that I would have wanted out of you. Sometimes that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So it's just a really hard situation. I still would not find it in my heart to kick out my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Maybe bad parenting. You guys could let me know.
Yeah. Do you think that I just lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Do you think that I remember. If kids are busy pursuing their own thing. So now let's flip it back around to 27 Susie Q. She's your daughter. She's 27. She is she's engaged, right? So she spends a lot of time with building that relationship with her husband. She is trying to start a business on the side, trying to go back for her PhD, and she's working full time, right? Now she's not paying you any rent.
Yeah.
You as a parent, would you expect her to be to either be paying rent or doing things around the house? And if you would expect, and if she doesn't come through, how would you address that?
I think in my situation, no. I don't expect her to pay.
Mm-hmm. What about doing things around the house? Would you want her to help with that?
Of course.
Yeah.
I think living with someone just has that in itself. It doesn't matter what your age you're at.
Yeah.
You should do something around the house.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely agree with that.
If she's not doing stuff around the house, it's just like, hey, just a little reminder, you live here,
Mm-hmm.
Damn, and she's like going for a PhD and everything. And she's not doing anything around the house. Come on, the fuck.
Yeah.
And fuck.
Yeah. And let's say you told her constantly.
Yeah.
Like she's not paying rent. Like, hey, I'm letting you live here for free. You're 27 years old.
Yeah.
And you're like, I need you to do something around the house. She never does anything. I need you to do something around the house. She never does anything. She doesn't even clean up her mess.
Yeah. She's engaged too, right?
Yeah, and she's engaged too.
Oh man, I would just tell her, look, I know if you really want to live like this, you have the option to live with your engaged, soon to be husband. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, But I mean, I don't know. She has money. I mean, she might have money at that point too, huh?
Yeah.
fuck it, I'd kick her out. The fuck? If she has money too, get the fuck out.
But I mean, like, she obviously needs to for the PhD.
Oh yeah, no. You've been here long enough. No, yeah, I'll support you. Just get the fuck out.
Would you help her pay for the PhD then?
Probably.
You would?
Yeah. If she didn't have enough money for that, yeah. But I mean, like, if you're not coming up with something like that, okay, you have enough to live on your own. But if you don't have enough for your PhD, I'll pay for the PhD. If you're not doing shit around the house, I'm gonna kick your ass out.
Okay, what if she doesn't have enough to afford a nice place? So when you kick her out, she'll have to be in an apartment.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Damn.
Sucks to suck.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Sucks to suck.
Okay, I'm getting like a clear where your disconnect would be.
Yeah.
All right, what if she does come through on all that, but she's married? Do you think married people should be living at home with their parents?
I mean, I could think of a few people that are.
Ouch. Not me. Not me.
Yeah, we are calling out a lot of people this episode. We're gonna get canceled.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, what do you think that if you're married, you should still live at home? You think they should push back the marriage? You think they should move out as soon as they do?
I mean, I think marriage is just a paper.
Yeah, so you could be married, have kids and stuff, still be at home. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that
if
it's good.
If the other person's at my house, then I got questions.
But
yeah.
Would you let them live there?
I mean, exactly.
That sounds like a no.
I have questions, you know.
Okay, all right. What would those questions entail?
It's just like, why do you want to move in? First of all, if you also have parents, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a dire situation, maybe I would let them.
Oh yeah, if it's a dire situation, I'd let anyone.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm assuming it's not. So I was like, why the fuck aren't you living with your parents? You know, if it's maybe like that person is so my in-law would be like, oh, I just don't have the money right now, and then just be like, then sleep in the other room. You know? I can't. Yeah.
Dire
situation.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. See,
I don't want my kids having sex in my house.
Sleep in the other room.
Yeah, like that would be very weird.
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah, if it's my daughter, fuck, man.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. And
yeah, right. Like now I'm just thinking about
daughter-in-law comes through, needs a place to stay. I'm gonna fucking pull him up and be like, hey, we're two guys. I understand the nature of a scenario. I just don't want you doing that here.
So what about have you ever seen Meet the Parents?
No.
The prequel to Meet the Fockers? Or I guess it's not the prequel.
You said you'd want me to watch all of those.
Oh yeah.
All the Fockers.
Okay, so Meet the Parents, he goes to the house and so he's already living. Okay, so he's already living with his fiance, and he goes to like meet their parents. He goes to their parents' house, and the dad says, "I understand that whatever happens, but while you're here, no having sex with my daughter."
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think it was funny because they're making a big deal about it in the movie, but I always thought that was fair. I was just like, well, yeah, like I wouldn't want to have sex in your parents' house anyway. That's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe I'm just like two whatevers about sex,
and it sucks because they just might do it anyway.
Yeah. So like if so you would say the same thing if like your daughter's husband moved in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
it's just like a married couple should know better. I think so.
That's true. Yeah, so you would...
and maybe I'm also in a family that really just does not show that at all.
Would you separate their rooms?
Huh?
Would you separate the rooms? Like, would you make the husband sleep in the living room or something?
Oh, man, that's just a crazy situation, you know? It's just like, damn, just make him sleep in the living room. I actually, fuck it, yeah, you're sleeping in the living room. What the hell am I thinking? You're in my house.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't need.
It's gonna be as comfortable as I can make it for you.
If my son's wife or my daughter's husband moves in, I know I'm kind of a hard ass, but I think I would have them sleeping in a different room.
I mean, Yeah,
I would try to.
You're saying living room as if like maybe I'm in a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah,
but,
no. I'm thinking worst case scenario. What if you are in a 2-bedroom house and you're just like, I'm poor as shit?
Then I would have to have them sleep in the living room, right? I mean,
or her room.
Or her room.
It's not even an option for you. You're like, fuck no, fuck that.
The hell? What does that mean? Sleeping together, what does that mean? I won't even be sleeping next to my wife. The fuck?
What do you mean? Like, I'll have the other room, my wife will. Yeah. My daughter will be sleeping in the living room. What are you talking about?
Hey, we also got a kitchen right there.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, if... I'm wrapping up, don't worry.
I honestly don't know where this went. This is such a crazy podcast episode.
If my kid was living in if my kid's fiance or my kid's spouse, fuck me, if my kid's spouse moved in with me, I would have them sleeping in a different room because I'm a hard ass.
Yeah.
I think that there is no right age to kick your kids out. However, if your kids still live at home at 30, it's sad. But
yeah,
you should encourage them.
I like to end my point all the time. I want to end my point with, if there, as your specific standards, a failure in your house, I would like to think that you could let them know that, in a sense. Mm-hmm. Just be like, hey, just understand
that you suck.
No, that everyone, a lot of people don't live like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they will see it. Mm-hmm. Sooner or later. It sucks. It would suck if it was later. Yeah. But, they will see it. Mm-hmm. They will. The NEETs out there, the basement dwellers, the fedora wearing My Little Pony. Yeah.
Yeah.
They will see it.
Okay, I see. Ah, man, that's tough. I mean, I would never prompt them to move out unless they like actively piss me off, but I would try to be as understanding as possible. Say in the situation of the 27-year-old, if she has a lot on her plate and it's actually all good stuff, I would try to lighten her load a bit. Like, I would still expect her to do stuff around the house, of course, because you can't ignore your responsibilities. But, I mean, I would understand if she couldn't get around to something. I would just want open communication. And I would create an environment where she is comfortable to openly communicate,
Yeah. So just know that at the end of the day, don't be in a cover band.
Okay. I want to take this time to so we officially have listeners in Asia and Israel, South America, and Europe. So I want to take time to thank those people specifically. To our Japanese listeners, thank you.
Yeah.
To our Middle Eastern listeners, thank you. To our European and South American listeners, thank you very much. Most of the fan base is here in the States. I understand that. But thank you all around. I want to say thank you to all the Patreon supporters as well. You guys are what's making this possible.
Yeah, please let us know what you think. We like a good community.
Again, thank you to our sponsor, Saji, and expect more sponsors in the future. All right, Ben and Bal.
Not the food.
Not the food.